Good morning, grade 6. Welcome back to grade 6 mathematics class. How are you all doing today? Let's learn a new topic today. Today we are going to learn about even and odd numbers and also about co-prime numbers. So let's first see about even and odd numbers. So we have learned about even and odd numbers in your lower classes. What are even numbers? The numbers you can exactly divide by 2. That is, when you divide by 2, you don't get a remainder or the remainder is 0. So such numbers are even numbers. Or else you can say that even numbers are those which you can form pairs. You can divide them into groups of 2 each. Here are some examples. Take the number 2. You can divide 2 by 2 exactly. What about 4? If you have got 4 flowers, you can divide them into 2 groups of 2 each. What if you have 6 flowers? You can divide them into 3 groups of 2 each. You can make pairs with it. You can exactly divide 6 by 2 without any remainder. So such numbers are called even numbers. Numbers that are exactly divisible by 2. Those are called even numbers. So what are odd numbers? The numbers that are not exactly divisible by 2, or when you divide by 2, you get a remainder. You get a remainder 1. Such numbers are odd numbers. For example, you have 3 flowers with you. You are forming groups. You are pairing the flowers. So you made the first pair with 2 flowers and you have 1 flower remaining. There is a remainder of 1. 1 flower is left. What if you are trying to make pairs with 5 flowers? You can pair 2 flowers to form the first pair or first group. There are 3 remaining. You can make 1 more pair. So now you have 2 groups of 2 flowers and now 1 flower is remaining out of the 5 flowers you have. And let's look at it another way. You have 5 flowers with you. You are trying to divide them equally. Can you divide them equally without cutting the flowers? No. You cannot divide 5 flowers into exact 2 groups without cutting the flowers. So such numbers are odd numbers. That is, numbers that are not exactly divisible by 2. For example, the number 1, 3, 5, 7, 11 and so on. Now, how do you check if a given number is odd or even? The numbers which end in either 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. Those numbers will be even numbers. You will be able to divide them into 2 exact groups. But the numbers which end in either 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9, or if the ones digit is either 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9, that number will be an odd number. So the set of even numbers start with 2. So you can say the smallest even number is 2. So what about 0? Is 0 even? 0 is not even. But the numbers which end in 0 can be exactly divided into 2. For example, the number 10, it can be exactly divided into 5 and 5. The number 20, it can be exactly divided into 10 and 10. So numbers which end in 0 are exactly divisible by 2 and hence if the ones digit or the ending digit of a given number is 0, that will be an even number. So the smallest even number is 2 and you see 2 is also a prime number. What are prime numbers? The number which has got only 2 factors, that is 1 and the number itself. So you see 2, the smallest even number, is also a prime number. And all prime numbers other than 2 are odd numbers. So can you say a few prime numbers? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and so on. All the prime numbers except 2 are odd numbers. We will do one activity to verify this. Now, in your textbook in page number 37, there is a small table given. So the table has got 4 columns. The first column is numbers The second column is to write the factors of the given number. The third column is to write the number of factors of the given number, and the fourth column is to write the prime numbers among the factors of that given number. For example, the first row, number 1, and the factors of number 1 is 1 only. So, the number of factors is only 1, and is 1 prime? No, 1 is not a prime number. It is neither considered prime nor a composite number. 1 has got only one factor, that is 1. So, it is neither considered prime nor composite. Now, the second row, the number 2, which are the factors of 2? It is 1 and 2. So, there are 2 factors. So, in the column for writing the number of factors, what you should write? 2, because there are 2 factors for 2. Now, which are the prime numbers among the factors? It is 2. So, in the prime numbers column, you have the number 2. Now, in the third row, you can see the number 3. The factors of 3 are 1 and 3. So, how many factors? 2 factors. Now, which are the prime numbers among the factors? It is the number 3. So, you please observe this table and complete this table. So, there is a try this exercise given right below the table, and the question reads, find out whether the following are even or not. There are 4 questions given there. Read each question carefully and mention whether the answer to that question is even or odd. So, do this as an activity. Please pause this video, finish these 2 activities and be right back. So, I hope you are done with the activities. Did you complete the table? Did you notice that in the prime numbers column, the only even prime number is 2. All the other prime numbers are odd. So, keep in mind 2 is the only even number which is a prime number also. All the other prime numbers are odd numbers. So, children, did you do the try this exercise? So, let us read the first question given there. The sum of 2 prime numbers. The sum of 2 prime numbers. Would that be even or odd? Take 2 prime numbers, 2 and 3. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. That is odd. 5 is odd. But what if you take 3 and 5? 3 plus 5 equal to 8. That is even. So, when you add 2 prime numbers, the result can be either even or odd. Then, the next one, the sum of an even number and an odd number. Take an even number, any even number, let it be 2, and add it to an odd number, let it be 5. Now, what is 2 plus 5? It is 7. Is that even or odd? 7 is odd. So, when you add an even number and an odd number, the result is odd. Now, the sum of 2 composite numbers, would that be even or odd? Take 2 composite numbers, 4 and 9. What is 4 plus 9? 30. It is odd. But what if I am adding 4 plus 8? Both are composite numbers. The result is 12, which is even. So, when you add 2 composite numbers, the result can be either even or odd. The next one, the product of an even number and an odd number. Would that be even or odd? Take any even number. Let it be 4. 4 multiplied by 5, which is an odd number. What is the result? 20. So, when you multiply an even number by an odd number, the result you are getting is even. So, I hope you got the answers to these questions correct. Now, let us move on to the next topic. So, we are going to learn about co-prime numbers now. What are co-prime numbers? Co-prime numbers are those numbers in which the only common factor between them is 1. That is, 2 numbers that have only 1 as a common factor are called co-prime numbers. Now, you see all prime numbers. All prime numbers are co-prime numbers also. Take any 2 prime numbers, 3 and 5. Which are the factors of 3? 1 and 3. Which are the factors of 5? 1 and 5. The only common factor for 3 and 5 is 1. What about 2 and 3? The factors of 2 are 1 and 2. Factors of 3 are 1 and 3. The only common factor is 1. So you can say all prime numbers are co-prime numbers. Likewise, we have got a couple more examples here. The numbers 2 and 5. Both numbers are prime numbers and the only common factor for 2 and 5 is 1. So the numbers 2 and 5 are co-prime numbers. Now what about 4 and 19? 4 is a composite number, whereas 19 is a prime number. The factors of 4 are 1, 2 and 4, whereas the factors of 19 are 1 and 19 only. The common factors between 4 and 19, that is only 1. So you can say 4 and 19 are co-prime numbers. So I hope now you have a clear idea of what co-prime numbers are. Now we'll do one activity. Check whether two composite numbers can be co-prime numbers or not. Give example to justify your answer. So what you have to do? Now we know what are prime numbers, what are composite numbers and what are co-prime numbers. You have to check whether it is possible for two composite numbers to be co-prime numbers too. I'll give you an example. Consider the numbers 4 and 9. 4 is a composite number, 9 is also a composite number. The factors of 4 are 1, 2 and 4. The factors of 9 are 1, 3 and 9. And do you see any common factors for 4 and 9? When you observe the factors, you find out that the only common factor for 4 and 9 is 1. So this combination of composite numbers 4 and 9, they are also co-prime. So it is possible for two composite numbers to be co-prime numbers also. You can check other examples. I just gave you one example. Try different combinations of composite numbers and see if you can find out more examples of co-prime numbers. Now, give examples of composite numbers whose sum is a prime number. Now here, what you have to do, you have to think of two composite numbers. Take their sum and see if the sum is a prime number. I'll give you two examples. Okay. So the numbers 4 and 9. 4 is composite, 9 is composite. When you add them, you get the number 13. It is a prime number. So here is one more example, the number 15. It is a composite number. Number 4 is a composite number. You add them and you get 19. And 19 is prime. So it is possible for two composite numbers to have a sum which is a prime number. You think of more examples of this kind and note them down in your notebook. So I hope now you are clear with the concept of prime numbers, composite numbers, even and odd numbers and co-prime numbers. So now I would like you to go through the topics even numbers and odd numbers and also co-prime numbers, which are given in page number 37. And in exercise 3.2, for question number 2, there was a part in the question that said also form the pairs of numbers which are co-prime. So you can complete that question now. You can note down the answer in your notebook. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class with a new topic. Till then, bye.